The area ahead is under total Soviet control. Miller's been captive for 10 days. Not much time left.
Weather will clear shortly.
Storm's passing.
Getting used to it? After 9 years on ice, solo infiltration of the Soviet main ground forces. Should be the perfect one. Kazuhira Miller is being held in Dawandehar to the north. Check its location now. Take out your iDroid. You see Wandi on the map? That's where they're keeping Miller. Only problem is, we don't know his exact location. Finding it is your first priority. Go ahead and close the iDroid. Boss, put the iDroid away for a moment. Down your binoculars, or should I say your int scope. See the village? Straight ahead? To the right. To the right. A little to the left. Look up. Have you spotted the village? Zoom in closer. Look up. A little to the left. Something there? I don't hear any aircraft. Look up. All right, that's the village. If you see something through the binoculars and you need more information, just give me a call. I'll tell you anything I can about it. That's Violo Village, the Violo Calais. The villagers fled the war and evacuated a while back. Since then, it's become a base for the Soviets' 40th Army. A few days ago, Miller was taken through there, en route towards Dawandehar. You may be able to pick up the trail there. It's worth a shot. Put a marker on it so you don't lose track of where it is.
Marker placed.
Now you won't have to worry about getting lost along the way. He can't have much left in him. I give him 3 days, tops. If we fail, and he dies, we lose our chance of revenge. But we need more intel. If you just go charging into Dawandehar, you'll be putting both your lives at risk. See what you can find out first. The Soviets have other outposts, not just the one you saw. Afghanistan is a big place. I expect you'll become quite familiar with those binoculars as you plan your next move. How and where you make it, well, that's up to you. From here on out, you're on your own. You're a legend in the eyes of those who live on the battlefield. That's why you have to handle this mission yourself. Put those 9 years behind you, and return as Big Boss. That's how Koss would want it. I'll be sending additional intel by radio. Stay sharp. Not one of Miller's bodyguards survived. And they were good. All we found on the scene were their corpses and knees. They'll be missing them. And you're his only hope of getting them back. go! Let the legend come back to life.
And welcome back, everyone. Sounds like Ocelot there just took off on a Fulton balloon. I was kind of hoping to get a peek at him, but... So I'm going to show off here. We get to carry 2 main weapons, one on the hip, one on this back. We get to carry secondary weapons, a pistol and the boss's bionic arm. And we can also remove the suppressors when we want. Thrown weapons, we've got a magazine and a grenade. And for utility items, we've got the night vision goggles. And we're currently riding our Buddy D horse right now. It's pretty nice traveling around without having to use a vehicle. Showing off here that if you reload, you can get 1 extra bullet before needing to reload again. Kind of helpful if you're in a big engagement. We can press Q.
It's up to you whether to slip by enemies or take them down. Just remember that any situation can change fast. Familiarize yourself with your weapons and items while you can. You need to be able to switch between them quickly to meet any threat.
And we'll get one-sided advice.
Vialo Village. The village is crawling with enemy soldiers. Don't just go waltzing in. Start with some recon. Is there anywhere that overlooks the village? How about it? Can you see the village from there? Use the binoculars to recon the place.
So being an open world game, we can engage the outpost in any way we want. I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, whoops.
Look
Not
at
my
where the
brightest
enemies
moment.
are stationed. Look at their gear. Take it all in. There should be a command post somewhere. See any buildings with tighter security? If there are clues to Miller's whereabouts, I'll bet you can find them in there.
So as I mentioned in the previous video, if we zoom in...
Parabolic antenna. The Soviets must have added that themselves. Meaning there's communications equipment inside.
I kind of like how irritated Ocelot kind of sounded there when he said maybe there's communication equipment inside. Anyways, we zoom in on an enemy, keep him in the center of the screen for a few seconds. He gets marked, allows us to see them through walls. I do play a little over cautious right now in the beginning. Usually there's more guards running around this outpost. And over here we got a plant that we can pick up. Part of the base building mechanic.
That's a type of medicinal plant. Bring it back to base. It's sure to be useful sometime.
Again, I'm being a little overcautious here, but it pays well to be kind of cautious in this game. Occasionally, you'll see me crawl. Like right now, I'm moving slower than usual. That is kind of the stalking mode, I believe that was called, in Metal Gear Solid 3, where Snake moves completely quietly instead of having a guard hear him at the last second. I'm just trying to make sure there's no other guard with that other guard. Over here, there's some diamonds.
That's a rough diamond. Good find. It'll fetch a high price.
Diamonds are used to get currency, which will be done in the base building aspect of the game. I always have problems navigating corners when it comes to aiming down the sight. And I'm trying to make sure the guard over there isn't looking towards this way. They seem to really like to talk to one another. Always pays to make sure you're aiming at their heads just in case they turn around at the last second. Happens to me more often than not. And just like that, the guards are over there starting to walk this way. I was going to show off interrogation, but I wanted to get rid of him ASAP. Get ready for the other guard that's approaching.
Out in the open. Find some place to drop them out of sight.
And that is some very good advice from Ocelot. The guards can sometimes be kind of blind in seeing you, but my god, if they don't see the corpse or knocked out body of another guard from 100 meters out. I remember down this way there is a trash can that we can use to chuck this guard in. Also, while carrying a man, you can only use your secondary weapon. You can't use the main weapons. And the guard saw me, just barely. I want to go through here. Nope, there's an open doorway there. That won't work.
A dumpster. Looks big enough to hide somebody. You could stash a downed enemy in there, or hide in it yourself. Just don't stand too close to me afterward.
And yeah, we can jump in them ourselves. If an enemy gets close to the dumpster while we're in there, we can CQC them. And we can also pop it open and aim with our secondary weapon. If you look on the left side, you'll occasionally see things like when I stuck up that one guard, it said tactical takedown, and in this case it also said headshot. Those are a bonus. They give you extra points at the end of the mission. Unfortunately, you can only throw one guard per dumpster, so I'll have to hide this guy's body inside. As an aside, if you just run through those doors, Snake just bashes through them, so you gotta stalk to make sure he doesn't pop them open like a Neanderthal. And you might be able to hear some music right now. This game does have a lot of copyrighted music. I'm kind of hoping that my commentary will kind of drown it out, not give me a strike. But if you do see parts randomly get muted, that may be it. In future videos, I'll try to collect the songs beforehand.
Already processed. They should come in handy sooner or later. Why not start gathering them? Is that? So you picked up an intel file.
Extraction.
Now we know where Miller is. I'm marking it on your iDroid.
The map has been updated.
So, what I picked up earlier was a few materials. You can pick up already processed materials that goes directly towards the base building aspect. Later on, we'll be able to pick up big old containers of stuff that needs to be refined at Mother Base. But as you see there, that's how we grab music tapes. They're literally inside of radios. I'm sure most people don't remember cassette tapes, but I certainly do. Now, what's nice is that we can whistle for D-Horse here, and he'll just teleport to you, pretty much. I will have to say this, that D-Horse can, when playing on the mouse and keyboard, can be a little unwieldy while moving around. You'll see soon enough. But yeah, there's a guard right over there. He doesn't see me, but I bet if I had another guard's body right where I was, he would have seen that.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
And I was kind of hoping D-Horse would be able to jump up there, but he won't. He's a little inconsistent in what he will or will not actually jump. It doesn't help that whenever you try to sprint with him, it's really hard to get him to turn. And you saw me like leaning on the side of the horse there. That's actually.
Just give me a call.
Oh, fine, Ocelot.
Hiding on horseback allows you to stay out of sight even while on the move. It's effective for avoiding enemy guard posts and long-range reconnaissance patrols.
Why don't you let's play the game, Ocelot? So, yeah, you can hide on the horse, you can hide on its side. As long as the horse is being pointed towards the enemy where you're not hiding on, they won't notice you. They'll just think you're some random horse. He also mentioned long-range reconnaissance patrols. Those guys are real assholes in ruining your S rank or your L stealth run, because they'll just be randomly about on the roads, and you'll get a little too comfortable running around, and then you just run into them.
You've reached one day. They've got Miller locked up in that town. Check your iDroid for his location. I hope to hell he's alright. He's not your average client.
I think I need to get a little bit closer to tag guard, so we can also mark in place
It's a heavy
turrets.
machine gun. Packs far more power than any rifle. You can either
As well
use
as
it yourself
mortars.
or destroy it. Either way, best keep in mind some way to deal with it.
Just move. Oh, whoops. Okay, gotta move. Nope. As you saw there, I
That's the
actually just
building, boss. That's where they're holding Miller.
noticed that bird has 3 green dots around it. You can actually tag animals, which will be used a little bit later when we get to rescue animals. Like that sheep, for example. I'm not quite sure why I pulled the... I think I got confused with my buttons. To use the command menu like that, you have to hold on to Q. And I'm always paranoid about here to the right.
It goes without saying that darkness is good for infiltration, but your vision will be affected just the same. Keep your guard up, or who knows when you'll bump into an enemy.
There's usually 2 long-range reconnaissance patrols coming up that road. Now, I will try to avoid picking up every solitary plant I see, but it does help in the long run to grab them as I see them. And if I just randomly stop and kind of pan the camera around, it's because Snake is really loud, and sometimes I think he's another guard that's coming around. As you see there, we have the knock command, which is used. The noise is made with the bionic arm instead of actually knocking on the object. Doesn't have too big of a range though. So what is nice is go ahead and knock, and when a guard walks up, Snake can grab them from around corners. But for some reason I couldn't do it this time. Thankfully though, you're kind of given a grace period. Until the guard says contact, you're not actually caught.
Talk. I don't know English. Angliski.
Boss, you don't understand what he said?
I understand it
I
perfectly.
guess that makes sense. It looks like that horn stuck in your head has impacted the language center of your brain. If only we had a recruit with the Russian interpreter skill, we could get by with simultaneous interpretation.
Ocelot's pretty condescending. I understand him perfectly. He said he could not speak English. And what's getting me really paranoid is because I swore I heard a second guard coming from the pathway of that other guard. It may have been that guy, I don't know. Also, there's that music sting that happens when you see a guard that you haven't marked yet. It can be useful, but not always.
That's tarragon, a type of medicinal plant. It contains trace amounts of a benzodiazepine derivative that's the active ingredient in pentazimine.
Also, there are cracks in the walls that we can use to climb up and down walls. And yeah, sometimes it is kind of annoying where even if you have to zoom in so much to mark a guard, even if you just aim at him for a bit, it still won't automatically tag him.
That's the building, boss. That's where they're holding Miller.
Spit it out.
That time I tried to, I don't know what triggers it, but usually Ocelot would say, well, yeah, I know how to speak Russian, but I'm not going to be your interpreter. Another music for our cassette tape. I know the perfect spot to hide this body.
A portable toilet. If you're gonna hide inside, watch the enemy doesn't decide to use it. Same goes for hiding downed enemies in it.
Well, as long as Johnny ain't out on patrol, we don't have to worry about that.
God. No more use for me, huh?
Kaz, it's me. I'm here to get you out.
Snake.
They do something to your eyes?
No, it's just bright as all.
What took you so long? We'll talk, but not here.
Extraction arrived at multibase.
You've secured the target. I'll send the chopper to get you out. Make your way to the RV. You can check the location on your iDroid.
Mission info has been updated.
How that lens flare even happened when we first saw Miller? It's dark out.
Age hasn't slowed you down one bit. Not so heavy anymore, right? Magic words, boss. I've been waiting 9 years to hear them. Kept you waiting, huh? Come on. Say it for old time's sake.
Kept you waiting, huh?
It's really you, Snake. All these years without you. I knew this day would come.
So Snake doesn't automatically say kept you waiting. You actually have to press the E key after he asks you to say it. If you don't, the conversation just continues as normal, and you feel really bad about yourself. Yeah, Miller has seen better days, but I'm pretty sure Kojima has a thing for eye injuries.
Arriving shortly at LZ.
Oh, I get it. P-Quad, yeah. It's another Moby Dick reference. Kind of foggy, ain't it?
This is P-Quad. On station at LZ.
Support helicopter has arrived.
Come on, man, pick up me and my horse. Don't you have a harness for that? Crazy ass.
Ahab, do you read me? This is P-Quad. There's a gas covering the LZ. We can't land. Pulling back.
Gas. It's them. Boss, watch out. It's the skulls. Don't let them find us.
Extraction
Boss,
arrived at
whatever that
multibase.
mist is, it's all around you. We can't see through it. I'm changing the RV so it's outside the mist. Get over there. The chopper will be waiting.
So these are the skulls. If they see you, it kind of makes the rest of the mission a pain in the ass. I will note that you can't go around the other way. Like, you know, go backwards from where we are, or else you leave the mission area, which pissed me off when I first played. But if you wait about 5-ish minutes, because the skulls kind of gravitate towards your position, if you wait about 5 minutes, about halfway through the bridge, you can walk under this way and sneak past them. You can't do this with D-Horse though. Well, I'm pretty sure it's very obvious with D-Horse, and you have Miller on the back. But yeah, these guys also seem to have longer view ranges, which is why I'm waiting so I'm a lot farther out before calling the horse over. And then we can see D-Horse's true teleportation skills. Time to just hop on and make a clean getaway. It's kind of annoying whenever you jump on D-Horse and you have that control. It's like you don't know which way to move because the camera, it does this little twirl around the horse, and you get things like that happening.
This is Pequod. Arriving shortly at LZ.
So yeah, Miller is our friend from Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. He and Big Boss.
This is Pequod. Have arrived at LZ. We'll stand by.
Made Mother Base, I believe, South America, where they were making their own private army. And things went down south shortly after they have obtained a nuke. And just as an aside, as long as the missions can get,
it looks like they're gone.
it can be a right pain in the ass to do an all-stealth run, just because at any point...
That's the unit that attacked us before. They came at us real fast in the same kind of mist. Our men, survivors from 9 years ago, were wiped out in minutes. I don't know what they want, but it's them. No mistake.
Between here and there, anything that can be done can affect the ranking, which means like trying to do an all-stealth. Trying to do an all-stealth run a pain in the ass when some random guard catches you.
There's an obstruction at the LZ preventing me from landing. Request immediate removal.
Yeah, he doesn't land when D-Horse is around. And if you were to jump off D-Horse, he moves himself out of the way. Now, unfortunately, I didn't get to look at D-Horse as we take off, but if you listen closely...
Gaining altitude.
D-Horse just got Fulton out of the area.
Buddy departing the area of operations. Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Oh yeah, kind of a big deal. But yeah, as you see here, you get perfect stealth, no kills. There's also another stealth ranking, which is no trace, where you don't injure anyone, you don't kick anyone, you don't shoot anyone, you don't use any magazines, nothing. Also, at the end of every single mission, you get these little credits. So I'll be skipping them in the future, but just show them off. And I mean, literally every single main mission has that. So thanks for watching, guys. I will be seeing you in the next video.